Good afternoon. My name is Wayne Thibodeau, and I'm the Senior Director of Career Services at Oakland University. I have the honor of serving as the moderator of today's community conversation titled Workforce Development, Talent Needs of Today and Tomorrow. At Oakland University, we have 4 strategic goals focused on student success, research, community engagement, and diversity. At OU, I have the pleasure of leading a career services team that intentionally prepares students for the job market, connects students to the internships and jobs, and we assist employers and industry partners with recruitment strategies to create a pipeline of talent at OU. Prior to moving into higher education, I spent 10 years in corporate industry in various HR and college relations, leadership roles, recruiting students from college campuses. I've been at OU for 18 years in career services, leading our efforts around the career life cycle. I sit on the Oakland County Workforce Development Board, co-lead the Economic and Workforce Pillar for Oakland University and the City of Pontiac Initiative, and am an active member of the National Career Leadership Collective organization to enhance career education. The Oakland University City of Pontiac Initiative has been a strong, committed collaboration between the City of Pontiac and Oakland University. For the past 6 years, the university and city have shared a vision to improve the quality of life and opportunities for Pontiac residents. I want to thank the City of Pontiac Mayor, Dr. Deidre Waterman, and Oakland University President, Dr. Ora Peskovitz, for their visionary leadership that has sustained and advanced the collaboration. I also thank all the community partners, organizations, corporations, and schools involved in the OU Pontiac Initiative. We find that in the midst of a pandemic, the importance of leaning on our strong bonds and relationships among our communities help unify and strengthen each other for a common purpose and a shared belief in a better tomorrow. We view workforce development as providing access to job opportunities while developing the tools, processes, and skills of individuals to be productive citizens and prosperous in the workplace. I am joined today by 5 prominent company representatives from distinct industries who recruit talent for a variety of needs, including skilled trades, certificate programs, associate degree candidates, and those with 4-year and advanced degrees. To set the stage for today's community conversation, we have prepared a few questions for our panelists. Feel free to ask questions in the chat during the forum. We will also hear from the manager of Oakland County Workforce Development and director of Oakland County Michigan Works, Jennifer Llewellyn, who will share key resources, support programs in and around the City of Pontiac. We will then open up the floor to participants who may have additional questions for the panelists. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone participating in today's virtual forum that we will provide a resource guide following today's event. So now I would like to introduce our panelists, and we have the privilege of multiple industries represented. First, we have Keontae Davis, who is with St. Joseph Mercy Oakland. And if you would like, Keontae, if you could talk a little bit about who you are and your title, your role, as well as how many years you have served in the City of Pontiac. So thank you very much for opening us up, Keontae.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction. So my name is Keontae Davis, and I have been with St. Joseph Mercy Oakland for a little over 6 years. I actually am a former City of Pontiac employee where I actually worked for the city for about 5 years in HR and have family connections. So very proud of our city. My organization has been located in the City of Pontiac for over 90 years. So we are definitely a trusted community partner and appreciate all of our Pontiac residents as well as Oakland County. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Keontae. Next, we have Vince DeLeonardis with Auch Construction.
Thank you very much, Wayne, and we certainly appreciate being a part of this program. So my name is Vince DeLeonardis. I am CEO of Auch Construction. We've been located in Pontiac since 1985. We were founded actually in the city of Detroit in 1908. For us, we appreciate being in the city of Pontiac that the engagement with the community, the support that we've received has been outstanding. In 2018, we had a ribbon cutting for a new office building located for ourselves, located at University and Y-Track. And through that process, we worked very closely with the community. And again, we had complete support, and we were very pleased to be able to move into that downtown Loop area. Being in Pontiac, being in a great community like this, it's given us a lot of opportunities to get involved in workforce development, working with the community partners, working with the various trade unions, the school to work programs. We've been able to actually hire interns and expose them to the construction industry. So look forward to the discussion more about the things that we see in the Pontiac area.
Thank you, Vince. Next, we have Chris Morris, and Chris is with Alumnimum Blanking Company.
Hi, everybody. I just have to make the screen a little smaller so I can see my notes there next to you. Again, my name is Chris Morris. I've been with Alumnimum Blanking Company for about 6 years. We celebrated our 40th year in Pontiac in 2019. We currently have about 135 people. We're about 15 to 20 people short of our goal of having enough people to run production. So I'm not sure if I have the kind of jobs that your job seekers might be looking for. We tend to specialize more in entry-level positions that don't really require any college or maybe not even any experience at all. So we are hopefully providers of stable employment with good benefits, plenty of hours, a good safe work environment. That's all I can think of right now, in a manufacturing environment. So we are just in a pandemic like we are right now, struggling terribly to have enough people to keep our doors open even.
Thank you, Chris. We will certainly have time this afternoon to talk a little bit more about those specific needs and maybe the skill set that you're looking for. So thank you. Next, we have Crystal Gordon from United Wholesale Mortgage.
Hello, so excited to be here with you guys. I feel like we're babies when it comes to our time in Pontiac. We've only been here, we're coming up on 3 years, which is amazing to me that the time flew so quickly, but we're excited to be here and the time here has been amazing. My name is Crystal Gordon. I've been with the company for 3.5 years. So I also haven't been with the company long. I joined shortly before we moved to Pontiac. And it was a very exciting move. I think the entire company, I can speak on behalf of them when I say our time here, our campus here is amazing, and we've loved it so far. As far as the things that we've done to partner, I think there's a ton of opportunity. I would love to find new ways to partner. We have an amazing relationship with Wayne and his team over at OU, right there in our backyard. So I love that partnership, and we've been able to benefit, I feel like, on both ends, and we're constantly looking for ways that we can continue to partner, whether it's with the city of Pontiac, with Oakland County. Right now, our sports complex is being utilized for vaccines. So again, any way that we can partner, we're always looking for new ways, and we basically have an open door policy around here when it comes to those partnerships. So excited to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Crystal. And last but not least, we have Anna Swass from Williams International.
Hi, everyone. Anna from Williams International. We're in manufacturing. We're in the aerospace industry. We manufacture gas turbine engines for commercial and military markets. I'm part of the HR team here. I've been with the company for about 4 years, and much like Crystal, Williams is a baby to the city of Pontiac. We also moved here in 2018, and it's gone by so quick. It's been a great facility for us. There's a lot of change in the organization. There's a lot of potential for opportunities, and we've certainly tried to stay engaged with the city and any initiatives. We love learning, we love participating. It's been, I think, a really good partnership, and any opportunity that we get to participate with the community, we're excited to do so. So thank you for having us here today.
Thank you so much, Anna. We will now go through a series of some questions and allow our panelists to answer these questions. Maybe what I'll do is reverse order. Anna, since you spoke last, we'll keep her rolling. But the first question is, what do you consider to be top talent needs? Obviously we hear mixed feelings, certainly about certain industries and opportunities as we get through this pandemic, but what do you see are important skills of today and that are most necessary to be successful?
Yeah, so I think this question is probably twofold. I'm going to echo what Chris probably mentioned. Right now, the biggest need for us is probably more on the entry level and the manual side. We talk so much about advanced manufacturing and the skill set needed for people to come in trained and with some level of technical skill set that requires, either an associate's degree or whatnot, so they can go be manufacturing analysts or technicians or programmers of CNC equipment. All that is vital, but I think we've lost a little bit of sight on the need for that talent that is doing hands-on work, that is doing the manual operation, whether it's bench work or assembly at an entry level, things like that. I think we need to start thinking about how do we market those jobs, because they can still be fulfilling. There's still part of a candidate pool that can have successful careers in those areas. How do we market that so that people feel like it's going to be they can thrive in those careers and eventually progress to something else, but we need to build that skill set to remain there for a few years, right? I think that's our biggest struggle right now.
Thank you, Anna. We may hear some similar, feedback from the other companies, but what we'll also talk a little bit later on is where to find those opportunities. Where are the postings? Where do we access them? And I think in the community conversation discussion, it's a great opportunity for us through the Oakland University Pontiac Initiative to develop these strategies for the city of Pontiac to locate, connect with talent. So a great way to start us out for sure. How about Crystal? Let's go to you next.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm starting to hear a common theme with that entry level type of role, which is shocking to hear as an employer. You think that those are the ones that are easy to fill. So we're in the similar boat, but on the corporate side, right? So we need those entry level client customer service type of positions. And really the skill set is just that, customer service, whether it's in a restaurant or in another type of environment. We have little barrier to entry when it comes to being considered for opportunities at UWM. And I think the skill set really is because we do have such a wide casted net, and we're considering all industries and individuals with all levels of experience and schooling. I think when they come in, the skill gap is probably those basic technical skills, right? Just your basic computer skills. So when we talk about the gap, that's what I'm seeing. And that's our biggest need right now is those entry level client customer service type of roles. In addition to that, we're also looking for underwriters, which would require a bachelor's degree. So we've got those two needs in our world on the corporate finance side of the house.
Excellent. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate that. And how about Chris Morris with Aluminum Blanking?
Sure. Our mix of manufacturing positions and salary positions is about 3/4 manufacturing. And of those jobs, we have a very small step of progression. So a person can come in the door with pretty much no prior skills, and then they can be trained in-house up to the fourth or top level, which is an equipment operator position. And I have seen people do that in 2 years. They even have come in the door as a temporary employee, and that's generally 60 to 90 days. And then they're hired in as a regular employee. We have three different shifts, because we run not all operations, but many, about 24 hours a day. So we have a variety of shifts that we hope would accommodate everyone. And then also within that manufacturing area, our technical need would be for automation technicians that would help keep our equipment running in proper order. And we call those a multi-craft position, where they don't have to be a specialist at anything. They might know some basic electrical, hydraulics, pneumatics, that kind of thing that they often can learn in a technical type of an environment. I'm not even sure if Oakland University has that, but that is very helpful. And in my 21 years in HR, I have seen those jobs being harder and harder to fill, but the need is still there. And I know as a mom, we've encouraged our kids to get an education so that you can have a better job that, is on the higher pay scale, where they might not have to get their hands dirty. But there are so many good jobs that for people that do love to get their hands dirty and love to work hands-on with equipment. So we have seen those jobs being harder to fill, yet there's a very good need for those. So they're, I think, very fulfilling and very needed, and very also good paying. We have certain types of warehousing and logistics type of positions where we do, and all the normal functions of accounting and HR and IT and things like that. We're just much smaller on that. And our people tend to stay with the company many years. Some of them have been here since the door opened 40 years ago. So we don't have as many of those type of jobs. And I'm so looking for more practical entry-level jobs like high-low driver and things like that. And in the community, I know that there's a need for those types. So we must not be doing as good of a job as we think of marketing our company and in our positions that we have. I would love to know how to do that better. Pastor Douglas, I would love to put a flyer at, your church. We put them in apartments near us. Many of our associates don't have transportation of their own. We do partnerships with like Grace Center of Hope, where we offer either modified shifts for people who rely on public transportation to get to work and home. So we try to be as creative as we can to match those type of opportunities. I know there's people out there that need these jobs, and I would love to meet them and put them to work.
Thank you, Chris, for that statement. One of the things that I'm really excited about this Oakland University Pontiac initiative is that we have various educational partners at the table, right? So it's not just Oakland University. We have Oakland Community College. We have Oakland Tech Schools with Paul Gabinski. So we have multiple ways to connect to talent. But I think you're on to a very hot topic as well, as how do we get the word out in the city of Pontiac? And so that's why we have great partners with Jennifer Llewellyn, her team in the city of Pontiac. And so we're going to allow her the opportunity, once we get through a series of a couple of questions, to talk a little bit about their support, the resources, and what we're doing to maybe fill those gaps and those barriers. So thank you for that introduction of those topics. Next, we'll turn it over to Vince with Auch. If you could tell us a little bit more about your areas.
Okay, it seemed like it was going to be so easy to unmute. But Auch, being located in Pontiac, we have about 120 employees currently working. And of those employees, about 10% of it is administrative type jobs, accounting, marketing, the support functions, to operate, it's probably across many businesses. Then about 50% of our workforce is actually in the field, and is composed of primarily project superintendents. Those individuals have come up generally through the trades. Some do have engineering degrees, and they are the ones supervising the work. Again, we're primarily a professional services organization. Those represent about half, or 60% of our company. The other portion is our operations, which are project engineers and project managers. Now, we promote primarily from within to those project manager roles. So what we're looking for are individuals that have construction management degrees or perhaps engineering degrees. So that is what's going to staff, say, Auch construction. But if I can have the liberty to talk about a little bit about our industry here in Michigan, that with the skilled trades, we have about 175,000 individuals working on construction projects, carpenters, laborers, operating engineers, operating the equipment for the sites. And these are excellent, well-paying jobs. Construction laborers is a skilled position, but sometimes can also be a stepping stone to some of the other skilled trades. And to get into those trades, many of the firms, which are called either merit shop or perhaps non-union firms, will provide their own training programs. They'll also partner with community colleges for some of that training. But then we also in Michigan are very blessed to have a very robust apprentice training program. And these apprentice programs are partnerships between management and labor, who then support these programs that often involve about 4 years of on-the-job training. It involves often 500 to 1,000 hours of classroom training and opens the door to well-paying jobs. These apprenticeships result in being paid from day one. But some of the challenges, and we'll talk maybe a little bit later, is how can people be aware of these programs and how do you get in? And what are the skills required? Because these entry applicants, they do need to have solid math skills. So sometimes folks will think, hey, individuals, you can just walk up to a construction site and go to work. But it is a technical skills that we need for those positions. And once in the trades, and as individuals are working up, particularly to foreman positions, it often can result in six-figure salaries. So we do, and as an industry, we're really pushing the fact that these are professional careers. These are the professional trades. So right now, we're adding about 5,000 jobs a year in construction in Michigan with the natural growth. And this is over the last 10 years. But we're also faced with retirements. That represents another 4 or 5%. So another perhaps 5,000 to 7,000 jobs a year that we need to replace those retirees. So for us, it's really trying to get the word out about the quality of the jobs, the professional careers that can be developed. And we do have a severe need to get individuals into the program. So we're working very closely with our community partners and outreach programs to let people know what it takes to get into the skilled trades. So that's a real emphasis of our company right now. And it's a problem we've seen for years, and we really haven't done much about it. It's like, well, we need individuals on the job tomorrow. If we don't start this, when are we going to get them into the pipeline? So I think we're getting much more organized and focused on that.
Great. Thank you, Vince. Appreciate that update from your industry. Next, I want to allow Keontae to talk about the healthcare side of the industry perspective.
Thank you. So St. Joseph Mercy Oakland is a very strong supporter of Pontiac, and we recognize our civic responsibility as well as our mission to be a transforming and healing presence in our communities that we serve. So each year we designate time, energy, and community benefit dollars to programs and initiatives that deliver on that mission. And so that also helps us to work with various partners within our community to try to attract new colleagues. Being in healthcare, we are very lucky that we have jobs in just about any area that you can think of, whether it's entry level, food service, environmental service, professional entry level. So if you are interested in the radiology field, surgery field, There are certifications that you can get to work in our organization. Then, of course, you have your professional positions where you have, your traditional nursing, lab, and things of that nature. So we have jobs for any career that you can think of. And we also, because again, we're a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year organization, if you're going back to school and you want to look at a part-time job, we have part-time opportunities. If you're looking for a second job, we have contingent opportunities where you can pick up shifts here and there. We're also very lucky in that if you are, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you want to get back into the working field, you can work midnights. I mean, you can work afternoons. We just have lots of flexibility. And of course, we also have lots of openings, as others have said. We probably have about 200, a little over 200 positions that we're recruiting for right now. So we're constantly looking for all types of people, all types of places in their life, as well as education levels, from high school